So I started the firm at the end of 2007 after working for over 10 years in different firms as a credit trader and as a head trader of different credit trading strategies. So basically we incorporated the firm early 2008 and with the view that something was going on as far as changing of dynamics in the credit market, which has been increasing balance sheet, increasing leverage for many years between the early 2000 to 2007, 2008. Chaunavari today is 5.4 billion of assets with just under 90 people, 39 people on the investment side. You should look at us as the combination of what I call liquid trading hedge fund strategies, which primarily splits around two main strategies. One is in a long-short credit strategy. The other one is a multi-strat liquid trading strategies, where you would find ABS, where you would find things that you don't have in the long-short credit strategies because that requires less liquidity. And then you have investment strategies, which are more focused towards term close-ended funds, which is an hybrid between hedge fund and private equity. I think what makes Chaunavari unique is probably the combination of fundamentals, because credit is all about fundamentals, but also a deep understanding of the technicals that are now affecting credit markets. And I think the combination of those two with fairly sophisticated risk management controls is probably would form what I call the DNA of the firm.
So I'm a co-CIO of Chaunavari. I'm overlooking both liquid and illiquid funds, and I'm responsible for looking at any investment that comes in the fund, making sure they satisfy our criteria in terms of preserving the downside, but also targeting the internal rate of return we're looking for. On the liquid side, we have basically a set of limits that are basically established from inception that every single portfolio manager has to respect. And then we have a very solid system that allows us to check that on a real-time basis. And then for specific transaction that goes a bit beyond what we usually do, we're going to do an investment committee. On the illiquid side, we always work with investment committee. So we have effectively portfolio managers that present an investment opportunity, and then co-CIOs, Loic Ferry and myself, plus Chief Risk Officer being present. And basically the investment opportunity is being presented, and we decide whether we like it or not, and then the kind of size we want to invest in that opportunity.
On macro trends, we try to identify divergence of performances between different economies. Over the last few years, we had a massive divergence between US and Europe. Europe went through a massive crisis of confidence when that dynamics in the periphery were getting out of control, and the ECB were very reluctant in getting involved. We positioned ourselves ahead of it when spreads were still very tight. We took off all our long exposure in the periphery and positioned as a short. We played the widening performance for quite a bit, for about a year or so. And once the market became very distressed and the ECB finally decided to do whatever it takes to keep Europe together, we actually remove our shorts and position the funds with a long bias towards that risk.
The screening means we look at the performance forecast of the trade. We look at why this is an opportunity. And we look at the parameter of the risk, not only the classic risk parameters, i.e. sensitivity, but also stress scenarios, and that's very important. The hedge means looking at all the stress scenarios, from local to wide stress scenarios, crisis scenarios, for example, spread widening by 100%, 200%, 300%, flattening or steepening of the curves, and not only the delta 1 position of every single trade. So the hedging exercise and the risk management is important in our process.
One of the attributes is that the strategy is long jump to default risk, right? That's the first one. The second one is that it's a It's a strategy that is long vol, that benefits from the ups and downs of the market, and that will also exhibit a positive credit sensitivity in case of doubling of credit spread. Thirdly, this is a strategy that is slightly positive time value or positive carry, because the sum of the longs and the shorts, the way we do it, exhibit a positive return, and that's actually quite rare. And credit is one of the only asset class when you can have a long vol but positive time value strategy. And finally, this is a strategy that will have some elements of credit spread neutrality, right? So you have something that in terms of portfolio allocation, a lot of our investors sees that as an interesting complement, positive time value, long vol, next to the rest in the rest of their portfolio. That the transformation of the European bank industry and the fact that regulatory forces and adapted business model are leading to a bank deleveraging. Most people's perception is that to pursue opportunities in this bank deleveraging space, you have to focus on illiquid investments. Obviously, as I mentioned, we do have illiquid strategies pursuing those. But very importantly, when it comes to the market, the opportunity set, right? A lot of what we do in the liquid environment is also an indirect consequence of this bank deleveraging.
We have a very deep knowledge of what is the structured credit markets, having been involved pretty much from the inception of that market, all of us. So I think that's a very core differentiating factor. And since inception, we've been looking to profit of that, given let's say the lack of knowledge of other market players in that market and the need for the bank to get rid of some of the position of their balance sheet. And that has been a theme that has been going on after that for the last 6 years, and we expect for the next 5 years, which is the European bank deleveraging and the need of the banks to get rid of certain part of their activities. And we are always looking to have that same advantage.
With a bit less than 100 people today, Chenavari is I think, the gathering of very high quality people that have a day-to-day objective, which is to be worth the trust that investors put in ourselves. Right? That sounds like maybe something basic to say, but we really live this on a daily basis.